I'm saying like this way. So you are saying, can you comment the code in between?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Any line you can comment it.
No, like after if keyword, if I want to comment, can I comment in between after the keyword?
It is in between already.
No, after the if keyword in the first line.
Here. Okay, here.
Hmm.
I have already told you half line comment, double quotes,
Okay, okay.
commented code. Okay,
Okay, okay, Amritya.
it's okay, right? All right. So we started the very basic stuff here. Let's see that part where we discussed the importance of our editor and all those stuff. Now we will see some more things out of it. The thing is, tell me in this way, whenever we are talking about a programming or basically a ABAP programming, let's understand this note point. Let's say what we do here. Guys, I am trying to make this ABAP programming completely familiar to you all so that you can relate it with your own life that is happening there. Suppose whenever we are talking, or no need of suppose, whenever we are talking about ABAP programming, we usually discuss about data only, correct? Right? And we have a permanent storage table, right? Where we will usually store our data. So we have a permanent storage table where we usually store the data. But what about the program? Program is something we are going to execute it. We'll click on the execute button and it will give a certain result like this way. If I check this one, it's going to return us the result. So one by one execution will be done, right? So at the runtime, how we are going to store the data? At the runtime, where we will store the data? Are you all getting this? It's not only related to ABAP programming, it is for any programming language. Where we are going to store the data? Can I say this that we will need a container to store the data? Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Everyone, we will need a container to store the data,
Yes.
right? And here, this container here, the container that you see here, so this container is known as data objects. What we call them? Data objects. Yeah. And the type of these containers, like suppose I want to store text, so I will need a string character kind of thing. If I want to store integer, I will need an integer there. If I want to store date, I will need a date type there, right? So this totally depends upon the requirement, what kind of data we want to store. So and the type of these containers are called as data types. I told you when we started the very first chapter that we are going to discuss it in detail in ABAP programming. Data objects and data types. Yeah, data objects and data type. So same stuff is applied here also whenever we are discussing about the any of the ABAP programming. So let's start with the data types first. Data types. Yeah, Prasanna, are you there?
Yes, Samrit. Sorry for the
But
delay.
no, no problem. But please be available on time, okay? Right now, I'm not increasing the speed because I think once you are completely familiar with it, then you will be easily able to grab those things, right?
Yeah,
So the
yeah,
thing
sure.
is, what is data type? What is data type? Everyone, what is data type? What is data type?
Data type is nothing but the type of data which we would be using. Uh,
Yes. The same thing I have written here. The type of this container are called data type, and these container are data objects. So can I simply give a technical definition? Data types are like a templates or blueprints which are used for creating data objects. And data objects are like a container which have some space where we can store the data. So what data type are doing? Data types defines the technical characteristics like types and length of the data objects. To define the technical characteristics of the data objects. Then what is data types do not takes any space. Guys, they are just the property. Properties will never take any space. Data types do not takes any space. They are just technical characteristics. Yeah. They can be defined independently also, or we can also define our data type. Where we have defined our data type already. How many of you recall this? We have already created our data type so many times. We can also define our data type. Where we did it, everyone. We can also define our data types. Where we defined it, tell me this.
Domains.
No,
Creating
domains are
table.
not data type. If you check, if you check it, yes, data elements, we created it, definitely. So if you go there, SE11, I told you there is an option. See this part. What are the things we can create here? Check this. What are the things we can create here using this data type radio button? Three things: data element structures and table type. All of them are nothing but a data type. So we can also define our data types using SE11. We will come to that. Okay, right now just introduction. Then you have the data objects. So data objects are the instance of the data types. A data object is used to hold the content or data. So it occupies the memory also. It occupies the memory space based upon the data type specified. What it does, it define based upon the data type specified. Data keyword is used to create a data object. Data keyword is used to create a data object. And here types keyword to create a data type. So usually you are defining something in ABAP program. There you will be using types keyword and data keyword for the definition of these two things. For example, suppose I want to store an integer, or I want to perform sum of two numbers here. Best example, let's see, sum of two numbers program. I am writing a comment here which is starting with star sign. So sum of two numbers program. Yeah. What will be step one? We need two containers for these two numbers. Then we will need step two. We will need a output container which will be used to store the sum. Container which will be used to store the sum value. Yeah. Step three. What will be step three? Perform the sum. And step four is return the output to the user. This will be the steps. Now, since we know data keyword is used to create a data object, so I will define here two variables. So data keyword, just see this part, guys. Data keyword. Suppose local variable I'm using LV. This is a symbol which is suggested by SAP to use local variable num1. Again, it's not mandatory. If you want to give here your name itself, it will be completely fine, no problem. You can give here, let's say, Prem also, or Prasanna, or Vaishnavi, or Sony, any name you can pass, or Amrit. But it is preferred to give a meaningful name. Here I am creating one local variable num1. Then type keyword, and suppose I am giving here integer I. I will come to this I word. Right now, just declaration. This has become a statement. See, full stop is there. Group of words followed by a full stop is called a statement. I will create another one. LV num2, type integer. And then I will create a output also. So LV output. This will also be an integer. So three variables I am giving here. Then I will perform, we will need a output. So this was step two. Okay. So I'll put it in step two here. Step two. And then step two is perform the sum. So let me write something. Transfer of data happens from right to left. This is how things happens in ABAP programming, from right to left. So what I can write here, LV output is equal to LV num1 plus LV num2. The sum of these two numbers will be transferred from right to left. So the sum will be stored here in the LV output. LV output. And once it is done, you can display the value to the user. So write statement is used to display the output to the user. Write statement. So here I can use write statement, LV output. Write statement, LV output. Everyone, can you see this? Just follow the things which I am guiding. You will definitely become a wonderful ABAPer. Yeah. So I will activate it. Activation is mandatory. Now a very interesting thing, debugging of ABAP program. So let's just start a very basic introduction of that. Select the line which you want to debug and you can press on this icon, breakpoint. What is a breakpoint? The breakpoint is the place, or it is the line number on which your debugger is going to stop. So when you are going to execute the program, it will stop in the mid at line 19. See this. I clicked on execute button, connected to debugger, and this is your debugger screen. Just a basic intro of everything. Slowly you will get used to it. Don't worry. Yeah. Desktop 3 is the is the most bigger screen because everything is available here in a broad way. We can easily check it. You can check the type and everything. Just double click on the variables. LV num1. Right now its value is 0. LV num2. Its value is also 0. Why it is showing 0 value? Because we have given type integer here. And the default value of integer is 0 itself. If you have not assigned any value, then the default value it will take will be 0. Same thing will be applied to LV output also. And we are at line 19. See this. This is the debugger, line 19. I told you it is going to stop at line 19. We can click on this icon right now to execute it. See, I clicked on it once and it turned from 19 to this one. These two lines were simply ignored because they are comments. Comments are always ignored by the compiler. And then this write statement will happen. And output we are getting 0. So we can also store some values here like this way. Like this way here. LV num1 is equal to, let's say, 10 or 20, and LV num2 is equal to 10. 10. Yeah, now 20 plus 10. Here it will be combined 20 plus 10, 30. 30 will be stored here. And this will be displayed to the user also. Check this one, guys, now. I will put here a breakpoint, line 19. And I will go to debugging mode. Debugger is the best friend of a web developer or any programmer. Debugger is will always be your best friend. So I'm going to check this one. LV num1, double click. Right now it is 0. Num2 is also 0. Output is also 0 here. Now once I am clicking on F6, see what is happening. We are at line 20. Line 19 got executed and C20 value is stored in LV num1. Then line 20 I will execute. I will click on F6. Line 20 got executed and 10 will be stored here. 20 plus 10, 22 line here. See this. I executed it and it got stored here 30. 30 will be displayed to the user. Come out of it. Are you all trying to understand the process that is happening here? Yeah, the process here that is happening. Sony, are you getting this?
Yes.
Guys, logic is the thing that you can only develop. I cannot teach you how to develop a logic. Logic always comes from our own practice. Once we do the practice of things again and again, usually we develop the logics. Gradually we develop the logic over the period of time. So data type and data object. So let's come to this data type in detail. So what SAP is saying, there are three types of data types. Types of data types. First one is elementary types. Second one is complex types. And the third one is reference types. Elementary, complex, and reference. Three types are there. Yeah, elementary, complex, and reference. Elementary is they are the predefined data types. That is why it is elementary in nature. Very basic. So I can simply write it. They are the most basic data types. Like this way. They are predefined types. That is, they are given by SAP itself. They are given by SAP itself. Yeah. They are elementary in nature, basic in nature, and they do not contains other data types. They are not composed of other data types. They are not composed, will be good word here. So they are not composed of other data types. They are elementary in nature. For example, you see lots of elementary data type SAP has given. If you recall, when we were creating domains, when we were creating domains, let's go there. This is data element, this is domain. If you press here F4, see this, all of them are elementary data type. Char, client, CUKY, CURR, integer. They have been given by SAP itself. So similarly, they have given for ABAP programming also. Character, you can use directly C word here, character. Character, you can use numeric character and numeric word from 1 to 10. They will be treated as a character itself. You can use I for integer, which we have already used it in this ABAP program that we just created for sum of two numbers, right? We have decimals packed number where we can store the value of pi like 3.14, date, time format like hour, minute, and seconds. Yeah. Also, all of them, all these are fixed length. So they have a variable length also type called as string. Variable length data type. So suppose I am writing a text and I don't know what it will be the length of it. So at that time we can use this string data type to define a value which is not fixed. I can use this, correct? Are you getting this, everyone? Are you getting this? Everyone, are you getting this?
Yes, Amrit.
Right? So they are the most basic complex data types. So they are complex in nature. So they consist of elementary data types in them. Yeah. And there are two types of complex data types of complex data types, structure and table type. We will discuss that in upcoming time. Structure and table type. Yeah. Structure and table type. Then referenced one, they contain the reference of other data to other data objects. We will discuss it in object-oriented programming in detail in object-oriented programming. Yeah. Okay. Right. We are going to discuss in detail there. Yeah. So data objects, we can create the data objects. Usually we call them variable here, and we can store any sort of data there, any kind of data we are going to store in them. So here what I did, I created two data objects for storing these two numbers. See this, what is the type I have given? Integer. Can you see this? Integer, right? Yeah. So let's comment it for now. I will come back to it. Also, you could have used here integer numeric, but at that time, then you will have to give the length of it. So I'll create here two variables. Let's say LV num1 of length 3. So 3 length, type numeric now. LV num2, 3 length, type numeric, and LV output. So let's say sum of 3, I will give here at max 4 also, numeric. Yeah, I'll perform the value. So let's store some value there. LV num1 is equal to 200. LV num2 is equal to 300. Now this is a character value, numeric character, and characters will always be stored inside the single quotes. So let's write it here also so that you can remember it whenever you are watching it. So characters will be stored only in single quotes. Yeah. Then I will store the value here. LV output is equal to LV num1 plus LV num2. And I will display the output to the user. Activate. What is the output here? What's the output we are seeing there?
500.
500, right? 200 plus 300 is 500. And its length we have given here 4. That is why you see
1 0 is added.
one extra 0 as added. So if by default, if I increase its value, let's say I'm giving here 900. Now 0 will not be added. It will display 1100 automatically. Sorry, 1200. Yeah, it will be done. So if we check this program in detail, what we realize that there is an input section where we are passing some value. There is a processing logic where logic is getting processed. And then there is your output section, which you are using to display the output to the user, correct? Right? This is what it is happening here. So another interesting thing, parts of a program. If I have to divide a program here, parts of a ABAP program or any program, let's focus to ABAP itself. Yeah. So generally in any programming language, a program has three parts. One is your input section, another is your processing logic, and the third one you have is the output. Input used to take input from the user, used to take input from the user. So there is a concept of SAP which is called parameters and select options. We will come to that in the upcoming period of time. Is used to take input from the user. We will discuss it in detail in the upcoming time. Right now, just an overview. Parameters and select options is used to take input from the user. Processing logic used to perform the operations over the input given by the user. Over the input given by the user. Yeah. And the final one is the output. So it is used to show the final result. Final result to the user. Yeah. It is used to show the final result to the user. So in normal report or ABAP program, We use write statement to display the output. Write statement to display the output to the user. To the user. So in normal ABAP program, we use write statement to display the output to the user. Okay, is it clear? Is it okay, everyone?
Yes, Amrit.
Yes, Amrit.
Yeah, now come back to our program that we created. Let's remove this and I will uncomment the above one first. See the thing? Yeah, I will uncomment it. Control plus full stop. So guys, focus on this part. Focus on these three words where we are declaring the variables. Where we are declaring the variables. So can we see this? We have written here 3 lines. We are using this data keyword again and again, again and again. So I am wasting the memory here, right? I'm increasing the length of the code. Yes or no? Is it possible to combine them somehow so that we can declare the multiple variables without using the data keyword again and again? So there is a new concept here. A note point I will write. There is a note point which SAP is saying. Chain operator. Colon is called chain operator here. Is used to combine the multiple ABAP statement together, multiple ABAP statement together. So instead of writing this like this way, what you can do, you can use data keyword and you will start with chain operator. Now LV num1, type integer, then comma, LV num2, type integer, comma, LV num3. ABAP is not case sensitive, so it does not matter whether it is in capital letter or small letter, it will be treated in the same way. So num3 type integer. See this part. You don't need to use the data keyword again and again. Or not num3, it will be LV output. So output. You don't need to use it again and again. So we don't need to use this again and again. Instead, we can directly use this chain operator to combine it. Can you all see the use case of this chain operator? Let me write it here. I can simply say this chain operator is used to combine the multiple statement together, right? Correct? We can also write something here, like suppose somebody wants to see the value like this way, write a statement and want to also see the text. So the sum of two numbers is equal to, so we can just write it like this, see, 30. This also we can combine here. This also we can combine. I can give here chain operator. I can remove this. And there is no need of write statement. Activate and execute. Okay. Can you see this? Everyone, can you see this?
Yes, Amrit.
Great.
Yes.
One more thing is sometimes some user prefers to change the line. If you see this, two of them are combined here in the same line, right? So suppose my user wants to display the value in the next line. So for that, you can use the slash here. Slash is used to change the line. If you are using here slash, automatically line will be changed. Hello, I am the new line. Say this. I am the new line. 30 is there in the next line automatically, as we have used here slash, and this one is also in the new line. But if I am not using the slash, see what will happen. It is there in the same line. Can you see this? So slash operator is used in ABAP programming to change the line. Hello, I am the new line. Yeah. We can also change the title. If you see this, first ABAP program is coming, which we have given in the short description. We can change it here. Go to attributes. The same pop-up will come. I will change it to sum of two numbers program. Yeah. Save. I will do the activation and execute it. Now it has changed to sum of two numbers, right? It has changed into sum of two numbers here. Yes or no? Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, some basic stuff. So I'm giving you today assignment, not a very big task. I believe everybody will be able to do this. Create a calculated program to perform some subtraction, multiplication, very basic ABAP program. Do not search for Google. Try it from yourself. Division. Okay. Let's see how many of you are able to do this. If you want to give a if statement here, I have already shown you if is used like this way. So I can now check like this way. If num1, what is the value we have given here? If LV num1 is equal to 20. So if I want to write something here, we can try this. I am 20. See this. This is how if statement is written here. If you want to pass else, you can just go for this way. We will discuss it in the next session. Right now, just overview. I'm not 20. So if the value is 20, then it will display 20. See, I am 20. Otherwise, it will execute the else block. So if I'm changing its value to 30, let's see what will happen. Now it will show I am not 20. Right? Can you all do this? This one?
Yes, Amrit.